So when I was about 9, I started realizing that I have really thick, bushy eyebrows, and I was even growing a unibrow, which I still grow to this day. But around 9 is when I started realizing what was going on as far as like body hair and all that stuff, and especially with my eyebrows, I started getting really self-conscious because they were just so big and bushy and manly, and they looked like they had no shape to them whatsoever because they were just so thick. Like, I do my eyebrows now and I'm able to give myself a pretty decent arch, but back then, and how they still want to grow, is that they're so thick that all this right through here, like that, like all of that normally will have like hair. Maybe not quite to that extreme, but like all right up under here, I have to get rid of all of that. They're just super thick naturally. And I used to absolutely hate my eyebrows. I envied anyone who had thinner, prettier eyebrows. But as I've gotten older, I've learned to love my thick, bushy eyebrows and realize that really I'm at an advantage because I can make my eyebrows look however I want them to look. I can thin them out, I can let them be bushy. I have options, whereas I know other people who have naturally thin eyebrows, and yeah, they can fill them in with makeup, but they always look, when they fill them in, they look very drawn in. And with mine, all I have to go do is put a little bit of powder through them to fill in any spare spots, which there are not very many, and to give it more definition to my arch, and I'm ready to go. And since thick eyebrows are kind of like popular right now, that's just awesome for all of us ladies who have naturally thick eyebrows. So without any further ado, I figured I would do a video on how I maintain my eyebrow shape and groom them. And I'll also include how I put my powder in. Also, if you are afraid to do your own eyebrows, you can always wax them. You can, well, have them waxed or plucked or get threading done professionally. I did start plucking my own eyebrows at 9 with some horrendous results because I didn't really know what I was doing. I'd like half my eyebrow here or like half my eyebrow there would be like gone, so I was like goofy. So it wasn't until about middle school that I really started figuring out how to shape my eyebrows. And then when I hit high school, I decided to try threading. I love threading. I highly suggest getting it done, especially if you don't quite know what you're doing yet, or you don't quite know what kind of shape you want your eyebrows to have. Go get them done professionally at least once, and then you can watch my video and I'll show you how to maintain that same shape. I had my eyebrows, last time I had my eyebrows threaded was probably about 1.5 to 2 years ago. And there was a whole other story behind all of that for why I stopped going, because I went for like 5 years, like monthly, once a month for about 5 years. So that's a whole other issue in and of itself. But the video I'm going to show you today will definitely show you how to maintain your shape that your stylist gives you. So maybe you can go longer in between going, or maybe not have to go back. I do pluck my own eyebrows. I know some people think it hurts really, really bad. You can always wax them. I've never waxed anything, so I don't really know how to do all that jazz. But anyways, on to the video. So first you're going to want to decide, we'll figure out where your eyebrows are supposed to be proportionally. A good way to measure and see where your eyebrows should be at is to take an eyeliner pencil or a lip liner, it doesn't matter. Even a regular pencil or a pen will work. And your eyebrows should line up with the end of your nose right here. So that should be the end of my eyebrows. So anything after that you're going to pluck. And you can always take this and draw a line right through here, so you just kind of know everything after that you can get rid of. I do like to go a little bit further down I like that old glamorous Hollywood look with my eyebrows. That was a trend back in the day to draw your eyebrows down a little bit lower. So I do that myself. But generally speaking, if you want more of a natural look, you should line it up right across here, and that's where the end of your eyebrows should be on both sides. And for the front of your eyebrows, right through the little divot in your nose, line that right up there, and that is where your eyebrows should start. So everything between here, you can pluck. You know, I have like these giant tweezers. They're obnoxious looking. They used to have a light there in the middle, but the battery died, so I don't have a light in it anymore. You just go in and you want to pull away, like you're grabbing here and you're going to pull it away. So let me see if I can find one. Right there. Grab it and pull away. And pull. And pull. And like I said, you can always draw that line so that you know, don't go past this. Like right there. I don't want to go past that with my plucking. To get that done, we can just get rid of this line. It's not needed for anything. And of course, you could do the same thing down here. I don't really feel it's that necessary. I mean, if your eyebrows are like super bushy and super like, I don't know, like down to here, maybe you'd want to. That's up to you. And then the other thing is for arching your eyebrows. So I just take one of these little eyelash brushes, and I like to use the parts for the eyelashes for my eyebrows. I feel like I get a better control. And you just want to pull all the eyebrows up, like super up. Just pull everything up. We see how thick and bushy my eyebrows are looking here at the top. That's how they were when I was 9, but like on top and bottom. So yeah, I was a hairy child. And then we're just coming here, and anything underneath that looks like it's out of place from this lineup, we will tweeze. Sorry, looking in a better mirror so I can better see things. But just anything underneath that line. The great thing about eyebrows is that it's hair and it'll grow back. So if you mess up, no worries. You can always go back through with powder and fill in the spot that you messed up and call it a day. Now my eyebrows don't need a ton of maintenance. Really, it's just like right through here that you need plucked, and I need to trim. I do trim my eyebrows, and I'll show you how to do that right now. You do want to pull everything up. Shot at this. And I just use like a regular old facial scissors. These ones are kind of thick. I prefer this kind. They're very thin, but they're not as sharp as they used to be. But if you have those, I suggest going with them. But you would just go kind of underneath, behind the hairs. You don't want to go down too far, just lightly. And then we can just trim them off. And that'll give your hair, your eyebrows, a very nice shape to them. And it'll really thin them out without you having to go through and pluck everything. Again, pull everything back up. As you can see that pretty much everything is like the same length now. Pretty much, except for there on the end where I didn't do anything yet. There's a few hairs there that are a little higher. And we can go in and trim those a little bit better. But you can see, compare that to this side. Well, I haven't done anything. You can see how much better shaped that is. Put you down real quick. It's got a much better shape to it. More defined, and it's not as thick. And we can even round this out a little bit right here at the very tip. I don't like it to be like super squared off. I like it to be more rounded.
Let's go through and brush it. And then we've got a really nicely shaped eyebrow. Got the mushy over here. Really nice groomed.
Okay, so we've got our eyebrows trimmed down. And we can go ahead and fluff them back up. And then we want to go in, and anything that's not really in this line, we're going to get rid of. And sometimes if you're having a problem gripping a hair, pull it backwards so it kind of slides into your tweezers, and then pull it out. And then, sorry, I'm having like the worst allergies. My eyeballs are just leaking. So when it comes to getting all up in this area for grooming, anything that just really looks super out of place to you, you can tweeze. Just be really careful, because sometimes you can end up giving yourself kind of like a bald spot. And if you're not sure if you should tweeze a certain hair, sometimes you can kind of pull it down out of the line of the other hairs and see how it's gonna look. So, see if I can do an example. I'm just gonna groom my eyebrows down normal. And then let's say I've got this big thick hair right here. Let me see if I can pull that down. And see, just getting rid of that, it's going to give me a bald spot right there. So I'm going to want to leave that one alone. And anything on top here that feels like it doesn't conform, you can do the exact same thing with it. Or if it feels just too bushy down here at the end, you can always thin that out. And of course, if you want to give yourself a really good arch, like I would say right up in here, you can start pulling down some hairs to see how arched it'll give you, and see where you want it to go. But I think that's pretty good as is. And you just do the same thing on both sides. Okay, so I went ahead and finished grooming my eyebrows and doing my makeup. And you can see where my highlighter's at, because it's like, my light's super on it. So I look like, I don't know, sweaty. I'm trying on a new highlighter, and I don't know how well it's gonna work. It's super shiny. Anyways, so to put powder in your eyebrows to finish them off, you're just going to need a couple of things. You're going to, of course, want to grab your little eyelash tool that we've been using this whole video. And then I like to use an angled brush. This is actually an angled shadow brush. We can get a good look at that maybe. If the camera will focus. Kind of. Okay. The other brush that is popular to be used, I've seen people use this one. This one is a flat shadow brush. I've seen people use this. I've used it myself. It's okay. But my eyebrows aren't like straight, you know. They've got arches. And I feel that I need something that has a bit of an arch to it. You can see it's kind of at an angle. And I feel like I can better get in there and do what I want to do. And then you're going to want some brow powder. And I have found that a eyeshadow works just as well as brow powder. And you probably have an eyeshadow laying around that is like the same color as your eyebrows. Well, the color that you need. Typically you want to go one shade lighter than your natural color. So, and I just have an Avon palette. I got this for Christmas for like 2 or 3 years ago. You might have it yourself. That's what the front of it looks like. Mine got knocked off the sink and broke, so this comes off when I need to use it. But this color right here, this little shimmery brown, I like to use that for my eyebrows. You can see this brown color right here next to it. That is more the actual color of my natural eyebrows. And when I like first decided to use brow powder, I used that dark brown and my eyebrows look black. So, note to self. Go a shade lighter. Okay, so what we're going to start off with is our little tool here. And we're just going to brush our eyebrows out. Make sure everything's kind of where you want it to sit. And then take our little tool here and put some powder on it. I like to blow any extra off. Sometimes you get little hairs. Hairs happen. Okay. And then I like to start kind of in the middle-ish. I'm just going to work it upward to fill in any gaps and then pull it down. Like I said, I like to go just a smidge longer than my natural. And then I take everything from the middle and start working it forward. And just really focusing on getting a good arch. But I don't want it too pointy. And fill in anything here in the front. And I don't like to go too heavy right through here because that starts looking really cartoony. You can just see. And that's without. Just kind of run my fingers through it to kind of buff it a little bit. And then same thing on your other. I lost my jigger. My eyebrow tool, it runned off. Got it. Yeah, I like to start at the bottom line and work my way up to the top line to where my arch will be, so that it gives a good point, and then I bring it down. And then smudge it forward towards the front. Right through here, I tend to be really sparse.
That would better get more so I'm doing.
And I don't like to have any super harsh lines, so I just kind of like run my fingers through it to make sure there's nothing super streaky going on. And there you have it. I got my eyebrows done. Now, a lot of people at this stage will use a brow gel to set their eyebrows. I've used them. They do work, but I found something else that works exactly the same, and you already have it laying around. And that would be hairspray. Yeah, hairspray. A lot cheaper, and it works. It holds all day. So, yeah. And this is just Salon Care Professional Extra Hold. I don't really have a hairspray preference. Well, I can't really say that. I normally use Aquanet. It's cheap and it's like the shit. It is the best freaking hairspray I have ever found on the market. Hands down. It's affordable and it works. Anyways, tirade or whatever, tirade, rant over. So I just take my little pencil and I brush through, and this is after having done the powder. It's raining. And then I just spritz a little bit on my finger, just a little bit. And then just rub it through my eyebrows. Sometimes it'll make your powder like run a little bit. I've noticed it really does that if you're using a pencil. I don't particularly like using pencils, but if you're curious, I can do a video on them. And then, yeah, you just brush it through again. And you'll have a good strong hold all a day. The end. And I'm done with my makeup. I am done with my hairspray. my hairspray. I'm done with my eyebrows. And I'm ready for the day, so. Let me know what you think. Definitely subscribe if you liked my video and give me some thumbs up. Comments below. And you can follow me on Twitter. I'll leave that somewhere as soon as I figure out how to leave links. So, I'll see you guys later. Bye.